Hey, I'm Big Happy. This is our 1954 3100. We like to call the Thrift Rat. It started as like I'm just going to go do my hobby, and then it slowly turned into a business. And then a few years ago, I guess, actually, I made it a business and put it on paper and LLC and all that kind of stuff. So I guess it's been 3 years since it's been an LLC, but 8 years I've been doing nothing but it, you know. So it's kind of I'd say 8 years pretty much every day, you know. And then the Big Happy was my nickname that just kind of turned in. I looked for other names even to try to call it, but it was everybody just kind of kept going back to the call it that, so I did. So we acquired the beautiful Thrift Rat as a basket of parts. We had a 71 Firebird that we built and traded, and he wanted us to take this on trade. So basket of rusty parts worth, I think I gave him $1,200 credit for it. When I kind of set out and kind of designed this, I wanted to go down the nicer rat rod kind of way, and maybe a little steampunkish with the colors and gold and copper wheels and all that stuff. It wasn't really 100% decided upon from the beginning. It was just kind of evolved into what it was. It was just supposed to be a quick little rat rod driver, nothing special, and kind of interior turned out nice, so we took it to the next step. Yeah, when we got it, it didn't have a motor and transmission, so we just put a little small block 350 in it, pretty stock, with a Holly Sniper fuel injection and a 700R automatic transmission. Yeah, under the hood, we were just kind of going for a clean, sanitary look. All the lines, instead of hiding them and running them where you couldn't see them, we just kind of exposed them all, but either made them copper or bare metal or blacked them out and wherever appropriate, and kind of accentuate them versus hiding them in this one. For the brake system, we just used the stock S10 master cylinder and booster, but I didn't want it to just look stock, so because that looked like crap with a little plastic booster or plastic reservoir. So we took some mason jars and modified those, drilled holes in them, and used those for the reservoirs, and then piped all our nice NICOP copper lines for all the brake lines and all that kind of stuff throughout. All right, since it was a budget build, it came with an S10 frame, so we decided just to use that. We rebuilt the whole frame, had the 373 posi 10-bolt rebuilt in it, and then just mounted the body on the frame, and basically rebuilt the whole stock S10 chassis. It's got a Trailblazer rear end, so it's got the 4-wheel disc brakes, and that's about it. So yeah, the wheels are Foose wheels. 20s in the front and 22s in the back. I actually got a deal from a guy down in Tucson. I met him, pretty cool cat, and they had a little bit of road rash, so that's kind of why they even I cleaned them up, and that's where the powder coating and went down that gonna pick a color that's gonna be the steampunk kind of goldish copper, and that carried into the interior and everything else with that. So for the body, we basically fixed and put all new floors, new toe kicks, fixed all the major rust, and then blasted it down to bare metal, and then we plated it with copper using copper oxide and muriatic acid. It flash rusted over the top of the copper, and then we sat and cleared it. Yeah, always trying to change it up with taillights on these things. These ones, I picked them because I picked the LEDs up front, and so I needed some small LEDs for the back, and found these off a Harley Bagger. I think they're off like a 2014 or 15 Harley Bagger. They're bright. Yeah, we're running hooker headers, 2.5-inch exhaust to Flowmasters, all the way out the back to some nice oval tips, and then the owner who bought it wanted me to paint all the exhaust black, so we blacked out everything underneath. So the bumpers front and rear, we pull them in and hug them. Little bit tighter to the body, and then we make some custom filler panels with mesh and dimple dies and stuff. We try to change it up on pretty much every truck that we do. So the bed we got a little creative in. I actually had been running tongue and groove with a single strip down the middle for a long time. I bought like 5,000 square foot of hardwood floors out of a house, and this was actually the last of it. So the middle is the last 4 little long strips, and then the sides we kicked at an angle and used shorter pieces to kind of give it a look. And then the cut out aluminum piece in the middle for the gas filler, and also to allow the pumpkin a little bit more room to go up. We kind of had to give, so we could go a little lower in the back without the pumpkin hitting the back of the bedwood. And with tailgates and beds, I'm always trying to mix it up, I guess. So we painted it all inside to kind of match, and with the stock lines, because there's a lot of cool recesses in them. And then we did all the speed holes in the tailgate and the front panel, just to kind of match the dimple dies and the bumpers and the door panels and stuff, trying to tie it all together. So the interior is kind of what escalated the truck from a quick little driver to push it down the road to maybe we should make it a little nicer. We've done a few different door panels and stuff for this style of truck, and different bead rolls and dimple dies and different things, but when we laid these out, they just kind of came out nice, and the kick panels flowed nice, and everything just kind of made it look nicer, so the whole truck kind of stepped up a notch. We shaved the dash, moved all the controls down to the bottom like we've done on other trucks, used the newer Silverado vents for the AC. Then the seat is a stock frame that we modified, added some dimple dies and a little bit of bead rolling too. And then the foam we made ourselves out of, we ordered a Tempur-Pedic foam mattress, and slept on it for a night, didn't like it. And they give you a money back guarantee, so we called to try to return it, and they wouldn't take it. They said just throw it away or donate it or do something. So I ended up making the seat out of it, and it's one of the most comfortable seats you'll sit in. I think because I went down the steampunk route, some people do love it, some people think it's cool and something new, and then some people absolutely hate it. I've had, remarks like, how could I do that to the wheels and this and that, and everybody's got polished and chrome and this and that. You got to keep pushing the envelope, trying something new. So that's all I was really trying to do with it. So.